we're going to quickly review what we are doing in class. Here, let me get rid of this banner. Okay. And Johnny, can you go ahead and add your last name? I need you to add your last name, okay? So same with FR. Make sure you guys go click on participants, click on your name, and you'll be able to change your name. To get around this, guys, and I'll post this in a little bit, if you log into Zoom in the browser before you join, it will log you in with your full name. So that would be a way to avoid having to add your last name every time, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and just review what we've been talking about. Okay, so let's review. Chapter 1. Okay, and then I need to make why is this? Sorry, just a second, guys. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and just review a couple of things in Chapter 1. And then what we're going to do, like I said earlier, we're going to break out into 2 breakout rooms, one for English support, one for Spanish support, where if you want to ask questions in Spanish, you can do that, or if we want to do things in English. We're going to be doing the same thing, just a little bit more support for all my homies who need a little bit more support with their Spanish. Okay? Okay, so let's get started here. So review of Chapter 1, some things that we need to know. So one thing that we did, we started out with combining like terms. Okay, I hope you guys are taking notes, and I hope you guys have something to practice problems. So combining like terms. So what do we do for combining like terms? We might have something like 4x minus 3 plus 2x equals 7. Okay, so we combine like terms when we're just looking at one side. So right here, we're just looking at the left side. You're looking for things that look alike. Okay, so we have 4x and 2x. So when we combine like terms, if I have 4 here and 2 here, that's a total of 6x. And then this is still here as well. Okay. So combining like terms, we're going to be looking at do that. Yeah, we're going to be. So do you have to? So a good question was asked. Do we have to write? I strongly encourage that you guys write notes, because when we're doing this, again, the way to memorize things is to do, to write, to say it. Right? I know you guys don't have your mics on, but just to say it out loud, to write it, to see yourself writing it down. Those are ways that your brain learns things, right? So the more we do, the more your brain is likely to pick it up, okay? And we are going to be doing lots of practice problems today. Okay, so we're going to be combining like terms. What's another thing that we worked on? We worked on the distributive property. So the distributive property. Now, remember, with the distributive property, all we're really doing is multiplying everything in a cart, right? So we can think here, I can actually make a little cart. Okay, so let's say we have 3 plus x in here. Do you guys like my cart? That's a pretty sweet cart, right? So think of it as you have a cart, and we have like a 2 on the outside, right? So anytime you see parentheses, it's like a cart. We're going to multiply everything in our cart by 2, right? So that would give us 6 plus 2x, okay? So distributive property, all we're doing is we're multiplying everything in that cart. Here's another example. Let's say I have 1/2 4x plus 10. Okay, again, this example doesn't have the cool cart, but I'm sorry, I have this. But I can distribute here. Okay, and 1/2 of 4 is 2, 1/2 of 10 is 5. And what's really cool I wanted to share with you guys is you can do all of this on a Desmos scientific calculator. So if I go here, if I wanted to do 1/2, I could do the fraction button, 1/2, and then I can go times 10. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So I'm going to delete. So times 10. Oh, and it equals 5. So again, if you guys are freaking out about fractions or decimals, I strongly encourage you, either you have Desmos Scientific Calculator on your phone, or you can download this on Android or iPhone, or you have it open in a browser so you can do that. And hopefully, on Big Ideas homework, Desmos Scientific Calculator should be available to you on all problems. Okay? So, and it should be available to you on your exam as well. So, just want to make sure you guys knew that. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to go back to this. Okay. And I really appreciate people who ask me private questions, right? Because if it's a private question, only I see it, and then that way you can let me know. So we have combining like terms and distributive property. Okay. So what's up with the next one? Okay, so getting all your variables to one side. So getting all our variables to one side. Oop, I had to get the flow of my picture there. So getting all our variables to one side. So what does this mean? So I might have an equation that looks like 4x minus 3 equals 2x plus 4. Okay, so notice here, if I draw my line down here, I have an x term on the left and I have an x term on the right. So I want all my variables on one side and I want all of my numbers that are by themselves on the other side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick the side that has the most of my variable, and I'm going to get everything over there. And the reason why I do that is because I'm more likely to get a positive number. Okay, so I'm going to get 4x minus 2x is 2x. Okay, and then here I want to get 2x by itself, so I'm going to move the 3. So I get 2x equals 4 plus 3, 5, 6, 7. There we go. All right, and then like that. So I'm going to stop there. Now why not? Let's keep going. So I have 2 times x. So the opposite of multiply by 2 is divide by 2. So I get x equals, and you know what? I can just leave my answer like this. And what's really cool, if you do this in Desmos, so let's say I go 7 divided by 2. See how it says here is 3.5? Okay? So what I can do is hit this button and see how it tells me 7 halves. And if you look, that's how I wrote my answer. Okay? So if you don't want to write your answer as a decimal, you can just leave it. The calculator will tell you you can write it as a decimal or you can write it as a fraction. So both those answers would work, which is really cool. The calculator will do it all for you. So I really hope that you guys are using the scientific calculator and getting used to that. Okay? Are we doing okay so far, guys? Okay. Thanks. Some people are using the participation thing to tell me, and I really appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Okay. The last thing we did that we really worked on was how many solutions? So how many solutions do we have? Okay. So to do that, there's 3 options. So if you get something that is a true statement, okay, so a true statement like 7 equals 7, x equals x, okay, then we say that we have, I'm trying to, did we say infinitely many? Is that what we said, or did we say all solutions? I think we said infinitely many. Okay. So if it's a true statement, we say infinitely many solutions. And a true statement is just like, hey, 7 equals 7, x equals x. It's the left equals the right side. It's infinitely many solutions. What if we have a false statement? Okay, so a false statement, here, I should go like this. A false statement would be like 0 equals 12, or 8 equals negative 6. Okay, these are not true. Okay, these are not true. So here we would say there is no solution. Okay, and then our last one is one solution. Okay, so we have true, false, one solution. To have one solution, that's just like x equals 2 or y equals negative 7. Okay, you get your variable down, it just equals something. Okay, so we say this is one solution. Okay, so the vast majority of our problems are going to be one solution. These two, right, the true and false statements, they're special. And they're just going to show up every once in a while, right? So these aren't the norm. This is the norm. You're usually going to find an answer. It's usually going to be one solution. But every once in a while, you're going to get a true statement or a false statement. All right, so this is where things are going to get a little bit interesting. At this point in the class, what we're going to do is we're going to break out into breakout rooms. I'm going to be in one breakout room. I'm going to be helping out people that are comfortable with English instruction. And then Miss Ortiz is going to be leading the Spanish instruction part. And all we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing the same problems. We're just going to be doing practice problems. But this way, if you guys hopefully are going to feel a bit more comfortable if you want to ask a question in Spanish, that you can do that. Not that you couldn't do that in regular class, right? You can always ask questions in Spanish. But we're just going to see how it works and see if it's helpful. So at the very end of class, so at 9:45, I'm going to bring everyone back. And then we're going to reflect, like, did we like it? Was it helpful? And so that we can see if this is going to work for future stuff, okay? All right, so to do this, what's going to happen, I'm not quite sure, guys. I think, so I'm going to start breakout rooms. If you're not put into a breakout room, you can pick your breakout room, okay? So I tried to put some people just in the English one because I had, so we're going to try this out. It's going to be a little crazy. You can chat with me. I'm going to be joining the English one in just a second. Okay, so again, there's going to be an English and there's going to be a Spanish support. So if you don't automatically go into one, you can choose. Okay, and then Miss Ortiz, I have you as a co-host and I have you automatically going to the Spanish one. So we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. So let's see what happens. Okay, guys, so you're either joining the Spanish or the English one. I'll be joining the English one shortly. Miss Ortiz will be joining the Spanish one, and we'll be working on some. So everyone needs to join. Are people AFK? Hey guys, I need you to join a breakout room, either the English one or the Spanish one. I'm going to be joining the English one here just in a second. So no one has joined the Spanish one. Miss Ortiz, can you turn on your mic and maybe give instructions in Spanish? It doesn't. So how did all the people, a lot of people have joined a breakout session already. Here, I can, so I guess I have to assign people, so people can't just choose. Okay. Okay, and then I'm just, so is there anybody on this list? It says wait to be assigned. Okay, does anybody on this list want to be in the Spanish one? Or else I'll just assign everyone to the English. Okay, so no one's responding. So does that mean everyone, there's no one in the Spanish one right now? Okay, but I have to, so do you see anybody on this list that you want to take with you? So I can put Francisco with you and Britannia and Lizette, and I don't have the other two that were on my list. Okay, so then you'll just start there with you. All right, perfect. I'll put everybody else into the English. Perfect. I'll see you back at. Okay. Okay, guys, everyone should be assigned, so make sure you join. Okay, make sure you join. Hello, everybody. So this is the English support. So I got to put my participants up. Okay, sorry, I got to open up on my windows. This takes a bit of time. I'll get better with it at time. If you guys are here and you guys are like, hey, I'd rather prefer Spanish, you can just send me a private chat, and I think I can send you over to the private chat, the Spanish one. Okay. All right, cool. So, hey guys, I hope that you have out a piece of paper. We're going to do some practice problems. Remember that you can chat with me, so if you guys want to send me a question, you can. But we're just going to go through and we're going to practice some problems. So hopefully this works. Okay. So the first one that we're going to try, and I want you guys to do this one. So you guys are going to be working on this. Okay, and I'll give you a timer to work on this as well. Okay. So the first one that we're going to work on is we're going to solve this equation. Okay, and I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to do it. This is a 1 minute problem. Okay, so go ahead. You have 1 minute to solve this. Cool. So hopefully you guys had enough time to do that. Was that enough time? You guys can still chat with me, can't you? Okay. Thanks, guys. And again, the participation, the check mark, that works, or you can send me a private message. Okay. So again, we're going to start out easy, right? Chapter 1, we're going to build ourselves up to the end here. So here, looking at this, I have two sides. I can't combine any like terms. I'm going to start with the subtraction. So I have -3, so I'm going to add 3 to both sides. Okay, and I'm going to get 2m equals, and then I add 3, so I'm going to get 16. And then I'm going to go ahead and divide by 2 like this. So I get m equals 8. Okay. And does anybody have questions on this or want me to go slower or go back? Then please, I'm just going to assume if nothing is said that you guys are good. So make sure if it takes too long to type, you can just type in stop, and I'll wait for you to say your question. Also remember, I see a lot of people chatting to everyone. Remember, there's a little drop-down box where I think, can you guys chat to me privately in breakout rooms? I just realized that there's no drop-down, so maybe you can't. So I'll have to work on that next time. Here, I'm going to take a little note on that while you guys are doing your next problem. So your next problem is this. We're going to solve 5 equals 7w plus 8w plus 2. Okay, I'm going to reset the timer, and I'll give you guys a minute. Is that RM a 12? No, this is just a 2. This is plus 2. Okay, so this one, we added a little bit different thing into it, right? So this one, if I break apart the sides, I have 2 terms here on the first one. This was 2m. This was a 2m. So this was 2, so this is 2m. Is that what we're talking about? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this was a 2m. So the 2m just went down because all we were doing was the 3 here. So the 2m just kind of stayed, and then we divided both sides by 2. I need to make my 2's a little bit more curly, don't I? I'm sorry about that. I'll work on that. Okay, now going to the second one. Okay, I look at the left side, it's really simple. But on the right side, I notice I have a 7w here. I have a 7w here and an 8w here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine terms like this. So 7 plus 8, what do we got there? That's great. So 7 plus 8, well, it takes 3 to get to 10. So that's going to be 5, so 15 plus 2. So again, this is just coming down like this. Sorry, I dropped something over here. Okay. All right. And then we have 5 here. So now that I've combined like terms, so again, this is combine like terms, combine like terms. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 2. Okay, so I get 5 minus 2 is 3 equals 15w. Okay. And then once I get to here, right? So this is 15 times w, so the opposite of multiply is divide, so I'm going to divide both sides. Those go away. Now, this is where Desmos is really going to help out. You see I have 3 divided by 15. So if I go to Desmos and I go, okay, here I got to move some things around. There we go. So if I go to Desmos and I go fraction, oops, and I go, what am I doing? 3 divided by 15. And it says 0.2, or I can do it as a fraction. So see how it reduced it for me? So I can write my answer as 0.2, or I can write my answer as a fraction. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, because some decimals don't really work, I'm going to go ahead and write mine as a fraction. I'm going to write 1/5. Okay? But over here on the side, I'm going to remember that 1/5 equals 0.2. Okay? So using Desmos calculator is really helpful there to see what's going on there. Are you guys okay with that? It's really hard to teach when I don't see faces and I don't hear anybody. Okay, so you guys are doing okay. I know it's difficult, guys, doing online learning, but what helps everyone learn better is more communication. The more we can talk and communicate with each other, either with symbols or text, then we're going to do a lot better. Okay, so let's do another problem. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and solve this one. So this one's going to be 2k minus 3 times the quantity of 2k minus 3 equals 45. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move this timer down. I'm going to give you guys a minute to do this. And let's give it a shot. All right, so guys, was that enough time? Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more time. I'll give you guys a little bit more time. As these problems get more difficult, I'm going to start giving you guys a bit more time. Okay, what about now? Are you guys good to go? Does anybody need more time? Just tell me if you need more. Okay, are we good? So we're good. We're good. All right, I'm going to start going over this. I do want to give you guys lots of time to work on this because that's super important. Okay, so I'm going to split this up. It doesn't look like the right side has a lot going on, but over here, I notice right away, I got a shopping cart, don't I? Okay, and I'm going to multiply everything in here. Now, You know what's really tricky about this problem? That negative, okay? And I'm going to draw an eye here, okay? We have to, ooh, I can put some beautiful eyelashes on it there. That's not creepy, right? Okay, so now it looks like an amoeba from biology. All right, so I have a -3. So when I do that, I have to do the negative as well. Did you guys remember to do the negative? Okay, so the 2k stays, but then now I have -3 times 2k. So that's -6k. And then I have -3 times -3. So that's +9. So check here. I'm sure someone made a mistake because it's really common to make this mistake. But you have to remember, if there's a negative here, it's with this 3. So it's minus everything, okay? So -3 times 2k, -3 times -3. Okay? And I'm sure some people made that mistake. So if you did, you just got to remember to look out for that. And nothing's happening here on the right. Okay. All right, so at this point then, I take a look. It's still kind of messy here on the left. I notice that, right, these two I can combine. So if I have +2k minus 6k, and again, you can do this in your calculators, right? So I can show you, I really want to encourage the use of calculators. So a 2 minus 6 is -4. Okay, so hopefully me using my calculator will encourage you to use yours. So I'm going to have -4k plus 9 equals 45. Now this is looking pretty good, right? So we're just going to go ahead and solve this. We're going to get, I want to get this term by itself, so I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides, right? And again, using my calculator so I don't get the wrong answer, I get 36. So I get -4k, right, because that was just hanging out, equals 36. And then I'm going to go ahead and divide by -4. So I get k. Now we have to be really careful here. It's 36 divided by -4. I get -9. So this was a bit more challenging of a problem. Does anybody need me to go back and clarify a step I made or have a question about what I did? Okay. So I see a no. All right. Again, remember guys, this is so different than being in class, so make sure that we're communicating, right? Okay. And you can communicate non-chat wise by doing in participants. You can use the little icons, the yes, the no. Okay. All right, so let's do another problem. We're just cruising along. All right, so this is going to be problem 4. Okay, here, I need to zoom in a little bit, don't I? Do that. All right, so problem 4 here, we're going to do, so we just did those. Now let's do this one. So let's say we have 3c plus 1 equals c plus 1. I want you to solve. Okay? So 3c plus 1 equals c plus 1. And this one is a little bit easier, so I'm going to do 1 minute. Okay, so 3c plus 1 equals c plus 1. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys. Hopefully that was enough time. So if we go to try to solve this problem, so the thing going on with this problem, notice how we have a variable on the left and we have a variable on the right. So I notice on the left I have more c's, right? I have 3 c's here and just 1 c here. So I'm going to move my c's on the right to the c's on the left. I'm going to subtract c. Okay, so the c's go away here. 3c minus 1c, that's 2c. And then I set it equal to 1. Is my 2 better here? Does that look more like a 2? I don't know. I'll keep adjusting. Okay, so then we have, so I finally got my 2c over here. So now I want to move this 1, so I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. Okay, so I get 2c equals, 1 minus 1, that's 0, right? Okay, there's nothing wrong with 0. Okay, so then I take a look here. I got 2 times c, so then I'm going to divide by 2. So I get c equals 0. Okay. And there's my answer. How are we doing, everybody? We doing okay with that? Feedback is awesome. I appreciate how some people are doing the yes or the no in the participants or in chat. They're saying good. Yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Either ones. Yeah, and it's okay not to be doing like a super amazing. It's okay to be like, hey, I'm struggling, or man, this is tough, right? Because remember, we're in this class. If you guys were experts at this, then you should be me. You should be teaching it, right? So we're all learning. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna struggle. Okay. So it's good to let me know if you're struggling, so then we can spend more time on it. I have lots of problems we can do. Okay. All right. Let's do another one. We're just killing it with these problems today. We're doing a great job, guys. All right. So what did I want to do next? I wanted to do this one. So we're going to go ahead and solve. We have 2 times the quantity of 8q minus 5 equals 4q. My q's are kind of weird, huh? So this is 2 times the quantity of 8q minus 5 equals 4q. So not a, q. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes on this one, because some people needed more time last time. If you finish early, that's great. And again, if you're sitting there and you're stuck or you're overwhelmed or you're like, oh, I can't believe I don't know how to do this, everyone is saying yes. You can just ask me in chat, or you can say something, turn on your mic, and I can help you get started. Again, the more, right, in class, wouldn't you raise your hand and I'd come over and help you, right? So, or I would be circulating and notice that you were stuck and I would help you. So in online class, make sure you guys are communicating so I can help you. All right, so that was 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and take a look at this problem. So again, I'm going to start by breaking up in terms of left and right. The right side looks okay, it's 4q. But on the left side, it looks like I have a shopping cart getting multiplied, right? So this is a positive 2, so I don't have to worry about negatives. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So I'm going to get 2 times 8q. So 2 times 8 is 16, so I'm going to have 16q. And then 2 times negative 5 is going to be negative 10. And again, I really hope you guys are using a calculator. And the Desmos app is amazing. I would use my phone with Desmos, but my phone doesn't work. So I'm trying to figure out that situation. Okay. All right. So I get to here, and then I notice, hey, look at this. Like I got q's on both sides, right? So 16q is definitely more than 4q. So I'm going to go ahead and get my 4q's over to the left side. Okay? And again, if you guys wanted to, you could, there's lots of different ways to start this problem, right? We could have added 10 to both sides. We could have subtracted 16q to both sides. I want you guys to know that there is definitely more than one way of doing this. Okay? All right. So what do we get here? 16 minus 4, that's 12q minus 10 equals 0, right? Because 4q minus 4q is 0. And then I'm going to go ahead here. I want to get this by itself. So I'm going to go and add 10 to both sides. So when I do that, I get, what do we get? I don't know why I put my black pen away. This goes, so I get 12q equals 10. All right. And then my very last step here, I have 12q, so 12 times q. The opposite of multiply, right, is divide. So I'm going to get q equals, now this one I'm going to do in my Desmos calculator. Okay, so I'm going to have 10, oops, probably have to click on the window, huh? Here we go. So I'm going to have 10, woohoo, that's not where I wanted. Here we go. 10 divided by, and if you hit the divide button on your computer, it automatically does it. So cool, by 12. Ooh, now check out this. We don't want this answer. This answer, see how it's repeating? I want this. And this is why fractions are your friends. I'm going to take 5/6. And that is just so much better than saying like, well, where do I round, right? And we don't want to round, because if you round, then your answer isn't the right answer. So we want the fraction. We always want the fraction. So if I go back here on my work, I'm going to write my answer as 5/6, 5/6. And remember, fractions are your friends. We don't have to worry about rounding. We don't have to do anything crazy. We just have to write it and be like, hey, I'm too lazy to do this division, right? Like, who wants to do that? No one, right? So we leave it. Okay, are we doing okay, guys? I want to do one more problem. I'm going to broadcast a message. Okay, so I want to do one more problem with you guys. This is going to be the hard one. Okay, because it's going to be the last problem that we're going to be able to do today. So here we go. Let's try this out. So problem 6. So this has it all. Consider this the ultimate challenge. Okay, here we go. So you're going to solve. It's going to be 9 times the quantity of y minus 4. So this is a y. Okay, you can tell by my little sexy curl there on the bottom. Okay, and then minus 7y equals 5 times 3y minus 2. Okay, now this is a longer problem, so I'm going to give us 3 minutes. All right, guys, I know it says we have about 7 seconds, but I'm going to end it because we're almost at the end of class, and I want to go over this really quickly with you guys, okay? So when I take a look at the left and the right side, man, it feels really complicated. It's almost overwhelming because there's so much going on, right? But I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to remember, hey, I can do all these small parts, right? So look, I got a shopping cart here, and I have a shopping cart here. So I'm going to do both of them, okay? So I'm going to go 9 times y, 9 times negative 4, and I'm going to go 5 times 3y, and I'm going to go 5 times negative 2. So let's do this. 9 times y, that's 9y. 9 times negative 4, right? What's 10 times 4? 10 times 4 is 40, so this is going to be 31, right? So, no, I had that wrong. That was negative 36, right? Okay, and then, so that was this, and then minus 7y, and then that equals 5 times 3 is 15y. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Okay. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to combine like terms. So 9 minus 7 is 2y, and then minus 36. Sorry, I got to get going because class is almost done. Then I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides, right? Because I want to get all my y's to one side. So I get negative 36 equals 13y minus 10. I got my y's to one side, so now I want to move my constants, so I'm going to add 10 to both sides. So this is negative 26 equals 13y. And then my very last step here, it's 13 times y, so the opposite of multiply is divide. And then, as you can see on our calculator, I can go negative 26 divided by 13, and it's negative 2. So I'm going to go back to my document. I'm going to have negative 2 equals y. Okay? Hey guys, don't leave yet. We're going to meet back as a group really quickly. So I'm going to close all the rooms. Okay, so it says it's going to close in a minute, so I'll see you guys back in the regular room, okay? Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Miss Ortiz, we were able to get through 6 problems just barely. I don't know how many of you guys were able to be fabulous. Okay, so really quickly, just a second. So really quickly, I just want to make sure you can't hear me. There, can you hear me now? Okay, thank you so much. Really quickly, guys, before everyone leaves, I want to make sure that there's a couple of things you know. One, your homework today is going to be on Desmos, okay? So we've already had an activity on Desmos. So when you go to Google Classroom, you're going to click on the Desmos link. It will take you there. You're going to complete each slide, and remember, it saves it automatically for you, okay? So make sure you do all the slides, and then when you get to the last slide, you should be able to exit out of the browser. Can you guys not hear me? Here, just a second. I'm going to... So you guys can you hear me a little bit better now? Okay. So I just got to speak up. Sorry about that. So again, your assignment is on Desmos. Okay, so make sure you guys click the link in Google Classroom. You do all the slides. By the time when you finish all the slides, it automatically saves it, okay? So make sure you guys do that. And the reason why your homework assignment is on Desmos is because remember our tests are on Desmos. So this is just practice on using Desmos. It's also practice on what is a function because that's what we're doing our next unit. So make sure you guys do that. It's going to help you out with chapter 2 or chapter 3 quite a bit, okay? The other announcement I want to make is make sure you guys log into Skyward and check Skyward for your grades. If you have missing assignments, when you log into Big Ideas, there's an overdue tab. Make sure you guys are turning, so Big Ideas, I know this is confusing, with Big Ideas you have to submit yourself. With Desmos, it submits for you. But make sure when you guys are completing your big ideas assignments that you're clicking your name and hitting submit. Okay, and if you guys need help with that, shoot me an email. And if you guys remember, the big ideas homework are graded on correctness. So if you ever want to redo an assignment, you have to email me to let me know that. Okay. So your homework between now and between now and Monday is you guys need to do the Desmos activity and finish up any big ideas assignments that you have done. Okay, so with that, we are done. Goodbye, everybody. If you want to stick around and ask a question, you can do that.